So for this little first idea, what I was thinking was, I love the shape of these butterflies, and they're quite sizable. So I wondered, would it be possible to cut double card out with these little things so I can make little shaped cards? And indeed it was. I used some regular, folded board cardstocks. You could get them with the card in the envelopes. And it cut through those easily because it wasn't a super heavyweight card. But this is actually the card that we've been using on the show, that textured the stamping card. And that's 270 GSM. Now I've got a strong electronic die cutting machine. So basically what I did was I put it through once, then I turned it over and I put it through again. And it did actually cut out brilliantly. So all you're going to do is just put your little base die just short of the cut lines, and then you've got a shaped card. Brilliant, when I win a chicken dinner. Now, the other thing then I thought was about making these little, what looks like kind of wrought iron or stained glass toppers or cards or tags or whatever you want. So I took, cut out using the recycled black card, the detailed image, stuck that down using a wet glue. Make sure it's a wet glue because you want it to bond to the surface. And then I started to have fun colouring in. And that's what I'm going to show you now. So, but before I do go to that, then I had another thought. How would it look and how cool would it be if, instead of using the black card, I used some gilding wax on the overlay? And whoa, look at that. Look at how cool that looks. It looks like metal. So this is what I'm going to do. We're going to colour this wing together now to show you how easy that is. So this is where just easy colouring, not difficult, even if you've invested in a set of watercolours like these fabulous Van Gogh watercolours, you'll see how achievable this is, how we can do that. So what I basically did was just stuck to, I think, 3 colours. I used this green, and I used this blue, and maybe a little bit of the darker blue, that one there, and I think that was it, and maybe a touch of this red to pop into that to get this purpley colour. But let me show you how simple it is, and I'm even going to use a bigger brush. So the first thing to do with any watercolours is just put a little bit of water on any of the paints that you think you're going to use, because they are going to need to wet the pigment and activate it. Next thing is, don't clear up your palette, just use what's on there, because you don't need to, oh, it was this one here I used as well, get rid of a bit of that red. You don't need to do that because this is all paint that's waiting to be used. All this here, I'll just re-wet it, so don't worry about cleaning it. So what I've done is I've mixed up just this turquoise colour, not a strong kind of solution of it, just quite dilute. In fact, that's a bit too strong, so I'm watering it down a little bit, and I'm just dropping it inside this these little openings on this this wing, just like that, just dropping it in like this. And what you'll find is it's really easy to paint because, and I'm going to now pop a little bit of green just at the base of those while it's still wet, and that'll change, start merging and making it look kind of stained glass and a little bit more kind of as if you've been fancy with the colouring technique, and we haven't. You've just literally dropped in. We're not even mixing colours. Let's show you that again. So drop it in there. The resist on the card, even if it wasn't waxed, would still, because it's black, wouldn't show the watercolour, because watercolour is transparent. So you don't have to worry about being careful. You literally can just paint straight over it. Let me use the same turquoisey colour in this, possibly use a little bit at the end, but then I'm going to use the darker blue, this blue here at the base, and then we'll just make the two. Look, so it's really easy, super easy. You're not even thinking about being careful about colouring in. You're literally just going straight over the top. And look at how cool that looks. Look, we just did that, but look. Now, if it is sitting anywhere, if the paint was a little bit thick, all you do is just dab it off with your kitchen paper, or wait till it dries and just give it a wipe. But that's looking, I'm liking the look of that already. So we'll use maybe a bit of green. So don't use, the thing is, I decided before I did this, was it going to be warm colours or cool colours? And I think that's an easy way to go. So either go with green and maybe blue and purple, and stick with that, or go warm and do orange and red and yellow, and really get that vibrant and fired up that way instead. So that's it. That's the colour choice you've got to make, and keep it. if you start mixing kind of warm and cool colours, when you start mixing and dropping colours into each other, that's where you might get mud. So if you've got like a red and then you pop a bit of green in it, that's going to make brown. So just be aware of that. So keep it simple. So limit your colour palette. These ones here are looking pretty good, so I'm going to drop a little bit of the dark blue at the base of some of these, and I'm not going to paint it. I'm just going to let the paint do its own thing and spread and merge as it wants to, and you'll see that happen before your eyes. You don't have to do anything fancy to make it happen. We'll put this one here like that, and I think I'm going to make that a little bit of a swirly there on that side too. We'll finish off both sides. And it does look like a brooch or something. It looks so pretty, the effect. Just going over that. So again, if you make your paint really thick, really opaque, then it will sit on top of that, you know, the resist top. But even then, you can still just take a damp kitchen paper towel later and carefully just wipe that clear. So it's all good, whatever you do, we can make it work. Continuing with the green, I think we'll do some more green, and then I'll show you some more finished toppers like this. So really simple. So even if you're haven't got a steady hand and I'm not confident with my colouring in, this is really good to do, and this is something you can do. I've been doing a lot of television crafting lately, just sitting in front of the TV, and because of the dark nights, it's just so long. So I still want to be, you know, with company and in the living room, but take a lap tray and just sit and pop it there, and just, you know, as long as it's not too messy, it's all good. And that's what I've been doing, just living room crafting. So I want to mix a little bit of purple, so I'm going to take some of that bluey colour. Let's take a bit of blue and a little bit of a reddy colour, and now I've got a purpley colour, and I'm just going to drop this into these little bits here. That's a little bit dark. So if it's dark, if it looks a little bit too strong, all you need to do is just take a little bit of the pigment away and add a bit more water. Simple as that. So just dilute it a little bit, and I think we'll do a little bit purpley on the body here as well. And then I'll pick this up. Like you see, I think I've got everything on there. Oh, and I'm very happy with that. It looks very pretty. So once that's dry, you could put some glossy accents in that and make it a jewel-like thing. You can colour in here if you want as well. If you want that really to pop out, you could maybe colour it black. Let me show you one I did that one with. So this is the Floribunda butterfly. I did similar, but much more vibrant colours. And this one is the gilded. This is just the black card, but this one's the gilded card. But to make that pop out more, I painted in between black. Obviously you can't do it on black card or you wouldn't see your watercolours. So paint it and then put the black in. So if you wanted to have that look, you could either keep it white like that, or you could put the black in between. So that's Floribunda and Lace Butterfly, and it works with all of them. So let me show you the Beauty with Attitude one. That's so easy to colour. The Snowflake one, I had a different approach. I thought we'll make quick and easy Christmas cards and make them as quick and easy as possible with no colouring. So I cut the card on the fold. Now this is much thinner weight card. This is just a bought card pack card, and it cut so easily. So cut that through. I didn't have to put it through twice. And then stuck the overlay on with the wet glue again, but I used a little bit of stickles, just dotted around where the snowflakes are, and then a few gems. Now, if you're late for Christmas and you need to send some quick but really pretty Christmas cards, you could do worse than sending that. So I think I'll be making a few of those this year. Okay, so back to Lou.